Course Culminating Project. Sales Pitch. Hello everyone. My name is Erin Samard. I'd like to talk about business, specifically expansion. David's Tea has a lot to offer in terms of both their products and the atmosphere the stores give. It's warm, colorful, and friendly. These words are used to describe not only the company, but a certain country as well. Australia, a city of stunning landscapes, warmth, and bustling urban cities, perfect for business. There's a reason why so many companies expand to Australia. There's always a market for something, and David's Tea is no different. Did you know that Australians drink almost as much tea as people from the UK? It's the most consumed beverage in the country, followed by water and hot chocolate. However, there's a gap in the market. All other companies offer the same boring flavors, whether that be fruit tea or tea you add milk to. Some examples of these teas are peppermint, lemon, English breakfast, chamomile, Earl Grey, etc. That's it. Not only that, but only 5% of all Australians drink iced tea weekly. That's only 1 million people. At David's Tea, we should push to change that and take advantage of this gap in the market. There's no well-known specialty tea brands in Australia, and we are the ones who will change that. Before we do, however, we first need to look at all of the basics. Here is the table of contents. The table of contents includes all of the details that are necessary to get an overview of what we're in for when it comes to sharing our products with Australia. First, we'll look at an overview of who and what is David's Tea. Next, why is Australia the next big place to sell to? Competition, threats, strengths, and competitive advantages are next. And then solutions to whatever issues there may be. Finally, the timing of expansion and my conclusion will be looked into at the end. So what is David's Tea? David's Tea is a Canadian specialty tea brand that was created in 2008 in Montreal, Quebec, by brothers David Segal and Herschel Segal. The owners and CEOs have changed over time, but the company has had an estimated profit of $41.2 million in 2019. They have had over 150 teas available to purchase online and in stores. Their headquarters is located in Mount Royal, Quebec, and they currently have 18 stores open in Canada at the moment. Currently, their company is focusing on selling and e-distributing their items online. The first store ever opened was on Queen Street in Ontario. The company sells not only tea in bags and loose leaf teas, but cups, sweeteners like agave syrup, iced tea, teaware, infusers, and tea accessories. The company announced its plan to sell tea bags at Loblaws locations. David's Tea offers a point system as well, where for each dollar spent, you receive 1 point. For every 100 points or $100 spent, the customer can choose any 50-gram bag of tea, and for 300 points, the customer can get 3 50-gram bags of tea. 50 grams is 15 to 20 cups. The company has had experience selling in both Canada and the United States, with both locations and stores succeeding greatly in sales. Australia. Why them? Like in the UK, drinking tea in Australia is a huge part of the culture. Adults and seniors drink an estimated 9.5 cups of tea per week, while younger Australians drink an estimated 5.5 cups per week. That's 9.8 million Australians that drink tea regularly. There is a gap in the market for specialty tea and iced tea, as it is common to only drink a limited amount of flavors in Australia. These flavors include black, green, chai, fruit teas, Earl Grey, English breakfast, Australian teas, lemon, ginger, peppermint, and chamomile. As mentioned before, however, David's Tea offers 150 plus varieties of tea. They still sell the fan favorites, but they are higher quality compared to competition. There are many companies in Australia that offer large amounts of tea for very cheap. However, quality over quantity is being offered to customers at David's Tea. Iced tea is also a market that is not widely enjoyed either. Only 1 million Australians, which is 5% of the population, drink iced tea a week. With David's Tea, those numbers can be increased tenfold. Iced tea drinks are becoming more popular in recent times around the world. For example, bubble tea shops and Starbucks refreshers used iced green and black tea. The drinks can have advertisements directed at teenagers. The weather also calls for iced tea as well, considering Australia can get very hot. Iced tea can be brewed in-store and sold to customers in portable cups that can be carried around and drunk while being in public, especially during the very hot seasons. They can be advertised with words such as refreshing, cool, and great for the hot weather. The competition and threats. Some threats include that Australian people possibly might not be willing to open up to any other brands, and that they are only interested in their usual pre-existing brands. Some of these examples of the big brands in Australia include Twinings, Tetley, Lipton, and Bushels. COVID-19 continues to make it more difficult to expand internationally and bring in customers. The price and amount of the products may turn some away. The amount of tea brands that are already established in Australia may mean difficulty entering the market due to competition. Shipping costs. Shipping costs can depend on the sender. However, it will still take a while to send through the mail, 6 to up to 8 weeks. The strengths and the competitive advantages. The brand offers a wide range of products to ensure that their company can reach as many audiences as possible. So, for example, they sell tea, cups, sweeteners, etc. These products are also good to advertise to teenagers and young adults so that they can try new products or buy ones they don't already have. So, for example, a teenager would be interested in trying a new flavor and would want to buy it. Or young adults who don't already have some of the products, like sweeteners, could try some. Selling of not only hot, but cold tea as well, and taking advantage of a market that is not being occupied. Providing interest and not yet seen before flavors into the tea market, as well as selling healing teas. For example, they sell immunity boosters, teas that help with sleeping, organic teas, and teas with no caffeine. Though some teas can be considered novelty ones, some of the flavors can be interesting or even sold towards young children. So some examples of this include cotton candy, birthday cake, and even banana bread. This is part of David's Tea dessert tea line. The company sells online as well, meaning the products can reach a wider audience in Australia, possibly in places where future stores might not be available. Flexibility of the company with current world problems and with the market, as shown by them moving towards a mostly online business once the pandemic hit. They also have previous experience selling in the United States. There was previously 42 stores open in the USA, but the company had to close them due to COVID-19 affecting sales, not because those stores were doing poorly pre-pandemic. There is also the points system, meaning rewards for frequent customers. This keeps the customers coming back to buy more if they are rewarded from purchasing from the company. This means encouragement to buy more products, as well as social media advertisements. Solutions. Some of the threats that have solutions are that Australian people possibly might not be willing to open up to any other brands and only be interested in their usual pre-existing brands. One of the solutions to this is that by offering free samples to customers at the start of opening the business, the customers can get a taste of the product and its quality. Raffles for some of the items can also be held. For example, customers buy a bag of loose leaf tea and they get to enter their name into a draw to win products like coupons or cups. As mentioned above with the point system, the company can continue this, but for a certain amount of time, instead of the 100 points spent for a 50-gram bag of loose leaf tea, only 50 points or $50 spent means that the customers can get the 50-gram bag of loose leaf tea, which means they only spend $50. COVID-19 continuing to make it more difficult to expand internationally and bring in customers. The solution to this is that we must wait for the right moment once restrictions lift and case counts are lower. Selling online in the meantime to boost excitement for the stores to come is also the next step. Building only a few stores at the start to ensure no loss or very little loss in profits is also a step. An estimated 72.5% of the Australian population has been vaccinated, meaning a large portion of the population can enter and enjoy the products in person, while others who are not can order online. Another reason for only a few stores being opened at once is because other companies have displayed that opening too much at once can mean losses in profit. With only a few stores, however, it can mean the amount of stock stays high and that more customers come into stores. The price and amount of products turning some away. The solution to this is that prices can be adjusted based on the area, and displaying the quality of the tea can ensure a quality over quantity mindset. However, the amount of tea in the bag is significant already, as 50 grams of loose leaf tea makes 15 to 20 cups of tea, meaning that in the end, the customer is being dealt the better hand when it comes to the reasonable prices and the amount of product. Based on sales and the usual price, bags can be $7 to $15. The reasons that someone might turn away due to the price and the amount are customers who are accustomed to buying 50 to 100 tea bags from big companies. However, the big companies prioritize quantity over quality, and David's Tea is the opposite. Luckily, Australians are more likely to buy products that are quality over quantity, meaning that more people will be drawn to David's Tea products. The amount of tea brands that are already established in Australia may mean difficulty entering the market due to competition. The solution for this is that David's Tea offers hot and cold tea, unique flavors, and multiple things to purchase. They have competitive advantages in areas that other companies do not. Timing. COVID-19 has severely affected the company, with the number of stores previously being around 200 plus, with 42 in the US. Now, it is down to 18, all of which are in Canada. Expanding slowly should be the goal, as the pandemic is still continuing on. Fewer stores should be built internationally to ensure proper monitoring of profits. Then expansion should be considered after a certain period of time. Depending on sales, the certain period of time could be 6 months to a year, just to ensure that the stores have a good run before a further decision is made. Compared to the US, because business was previously in the US, Australia is doing significantly better in terms of COVID-19 cases and deaths. Once the numbers have dropped to a certain point and there are less restrictions to entering public settings, expansion to Australia in the form of building stores can occur. The first step should be to sell David's Tea products online to Australians and advertise specially towards them. The point system and sales will increase profits and get the words out until stores are built. I myself have gone into David's Tea and tried it. I thought the flavors were unique and there were so many options that sparked my interest. The company instantly caught my attention, from the packaging to the flavors and even the atmosphere. The colors of the logo instantly brought me in, and so did the smells. I would point at the store every time I passed by it. While researching Australia and realizing that they enjoy tea, the first thing that came to my mind was this company, and I knew I had a match. I could put together connections between the country and the company quickly, and it felt natural from there. Overall, when looking over the facts, the next big step for the company is Australia, no doubt. They offer a great opportunity for business to go back to being mostly in-store, a chance to fill a gap in the market that no one has taken advantage of, and to be able to open up to a new country who is looking for something new when it comes to their beverage of choice. There's a reason why many companies have Australia next in their plans for international expansion, and David's Tea lines up with Australia's culture, people, and climate. What issues that were posed by expanding to Australia have solutions, and they are outweighed by the positives. With careful planning and consideration of how to best promote the company, David's Tea can become the next big tea company in not only Australia, but all over the world.